Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Dr. Sunil Chandan Shive, working as an assistant professor in the Somaya College of Arts and Commerce. Now in this video we are going to understand a very important topic in microeconomics, that is equilibrium of the firm under perfect competition in the short run. So before discussing this topic, first of all we need to understand the meaning of each word, like what is perfect competition, what is short run, what is equilibrium. Then after we will discuss how the equilibrium attain of the firm under perfect competition in the short run. So what is perfect competition? So perfect competition we can understand with the help of its features or its conditions. ये कंडीशन जिस मार्केट में पाई जाती है उस मार्केट को जनरली perfect competition कहते हैं. So what are these conditions? So one by one we will discuss the conditions the condition or features of perfect competition. Number one feature is there are large number of buyers and large number of sellers. It is a market where there are large number of sellers are competing each other. Each seller sells a very small fraction of output in the market. So therefore, the one seller cannot influence the price of commodity by changing his supply. So he is not in position to change the price because he is supplying a very less quantity in the market. So therefore, he has to accept the price which is determined on the basis of demand and supply. And yes, in the perfect competition, there are large number of buyers. There are many buyers are there, large numbers. Each buyer buy a very small fraction of output from the markets. So therefore, the one buyer cannot influence the price through his purchase. So this is the first features or conditions of perfect competition. The next condition of perfect competition is it is a market where the large number of sellers are selling a homogeneous product or identical product. Yes, the product is identical. It means the product is same sold by the business firm. The product is same in terms of its size, color, taste, shape, quantity, design, quality. The product is same in all its features. The next feature of perfect competition is it is a market where the buyers and sellers are having full knowledge about the market. So there is a perfect knowledge to the buyers and sellers. So they have full knowledge about the market. It means they have full knowledge regarding the price of the products, the quantity, quality, the other features regarding the products. So therefore they have full knowledge. So therefore in a perfect competition, the next feature is there is no advertising cost is involved. Why? Because the buyers and sellers are having the full knowledge about the market, about the product. So if everyone is having the full knowledge, so therefore there is no need to spend unnecessarily on the advertising. So there is no advertising cost. The firm do not spend money on the advertising. The next feature of perfect competition is it is a market where the free entry and free exit. Yes. In a perfect competition, everyone has a liberty to enter in the industries. Suppose in any business, there is more profit is there, then firm can attract there. They can join that industries at any period of time, and they can produce and sell the goods and services in the market, and they can make a profit. But the same case, if in that business there is a loss is there, so firm can wind up their business at any period of time. They can leave the industry at any period of time whenever they want. So there is no any barriers, there is no any restrictions by any authority in terms of to enter in the market, to enter in the industry, or from exit from the industry. So this is the very important features of perfect competition. And therefore, because of this feature in a perfect competition, every firm earn normal profit, especially in the long run, because of these special features in the perfect competition. Then another important feature in a perfect competition is it is a market where there is an absence of transportation cost. Yes, in a perfect competition, there is no transportation cost is involved. Why? Because it is assumed that in a perfect competition, the market is very close, it is very nearby, so therefore there is no transportation cost. Transportation cost is assumed to be a nil. The next feature of perfect competition is the seller is a price taker. Yes, very important feature. Because of there are large number of sellers are competing each other, and they have to accept the price which is determined on the basis of demand and supply. But they have to accept the market price. So they are a price taker. They are not a price maker. Price maker कब होता है जब there are limited sellers are there. There are only one seller is there. The another important feature of perfect competition is the large number of sellers are selling the product, homogeneous product, at uniform price. Now this uniform price means what? The uniform price which is determined on the basis of market forces, on the basis of demand and supply. So they are selling the homogeneous product at the same price, and therefore the next feature is the demand curve in the perfect competition is in a elastic in nature. It is a perfectly elastic demand curve. It is a perfectly elastic demand curve. Now we'll discuss how the demand curve is a perfectly elastic, so that we can understand with the help of diagram. So in the diagram you can see there is a x-axis indicates the output, y-axis indicates the price of the products. This is the demand curve and this is the supply curve. So when the demand curve intersect to the supply curve at point E, so at point E the price is determined in the perfect competition. The market price is a OP. It means in a perfect competition the large number of sellers sell the product at OP prices. So therefore the nature of demand curve in a perfect competition is in a elastic in nature. It is a perfectly elastic. It is a horizontal to y-axis. The nature of average revenue and marginal revenue, these are perfectly elastic. They are horizontal to x-axis. Now let's understand why they are elastic in nature. AR and MR दोनों एक क्यों होते हैं? Why AR is equal to MR? Why the price is equal to AR and AR is equal to MR in a perfect competition? So that we can understand with the help of one table. In the next table you can see that the large number of sellers sell the one by one the quantity in the market at a homogeneous price. Look at the table, the second column, the price is the same, that is 10, 10, 10. So when the sellers sell the quantity at the same price, they are getting the revenue. Revenue means when the sellers receive the amount by selling certain quantity in the market. So when the sellers sell the quantity in the market, they are getting the revenue. First quantity के लिए he gets the revenue, that is 10. When he sell the second quantity in the market, he receives the revenue, that is 20. It means revenue increased by only 10. So one by one, as the seller sell the quantity in the market, he gets the revenue, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like that. It means he is getting the more and more revenue in a constant increasing rate. And there is a average revenue. Average revenue is calculated on the basis of the total revenue upon quantity. So for the first quantity total revenue is 10. Second quantity के लिए total revenue is also 10, because the 20 divided by 2 there is a 10. 30 divided by 3 there is a 10. So therefore the total average revenue received by the business firm, that is 10. Average revenue is the price of the products. And there is a marginal revenue. It means the additional revenue received by the seller by selling additional quantity of output. So for the first quantity he received the revenue, that is 10. So when he sell the second quantity, he received the additional revenue is also 10. It means in the table you can see the price is also 10, our average revenue is also 10, and marginal revenue is also 10. It means the price is equal to average revenue and average revenue is equal to marginal revenue in the perfect competition. So therefore you can see in the next diagram, that is the price, the 10, which is determined on the basis of market forces, that is 10. So when the sellers sell the different quantity one by one at a homogeneous price, at a 10 rupees price, so the nature of average revenue is equal to marginal revenue and price, which is also equal to price of the product. So therefore in a perfect competition, the average revenue, the demand curve is a perfectly elastic in nature. Now let's understand, is there any example of perfect competition in the real world, in the real market? Yes, all the conditions or features of the perfect competitions can never exist in the real world, but there are some features of the perfect competitions can match to that product. Like for example, the agricultural market. So there are a large number of farmers are cultivating the agricultural produce, they are selling in the market. We take one example, like a large number of farmers are cultivating the products like tomato, and large number of buyers of tomato in the market. Generally the tomato is a identical product, the product is same in terms of its size, color, taste. So generally the price of the tomato in the market, in the local market, is almost same. So there is a unique price. And another important features can match, like the buyers and sellers are having the full knowledge regarding the features of the product. They have full knowledge regarding the price of the products, the quality, quantity of the product like tomato in the market. They have full knowledge regarding the product and market. Another features can match, like generally there is no advertising cost of the tomato. The farmers are not spending money on the advertising the tomato in the market, उसकी advertising नहीं की जाती. The other features can match, like when the agriculture farmers are producing, cultivating the products in agriculture, and they are selling in a local market, so therefore there is no even transportation cost is involved, because the product sold by the farmers in a nearby local market. So such a features can match to that products. So agriculture market, there are many commodities like onion, tomato, potato, rice, apple. These are the commodities, are the example of perfect competition. Now we will understand what is short run. Short run means the period is very short. It can be hours, a day, a week or month. The period is very short. So in a short run, the firm cannot increase its fixed factors. The firm cannot change its fixed factors like capital, buildings. The firm cannot set up the another branch in anywhere. The firm cannot change their scale of operations, or the firm cannot set up their another branches in anywhere, because the period is very short. So if in the market the demand for the product increases, so at that time the firm can increase the variable factors like labor and raw material. By hiring more laborers and raw material, the firm can produce the more goods and services and supply in the markets. It means in the short run, the firm can change only its variable factors like raw material and labor, and by changing these variable factors, the firm can change its level of output. The firm can produce more quantity in the market. So in the next image you can see that there are a number of workers are working in the industry. They are stitching the clothes. Suppose in the market the demand for the clothes increases, so at that time what the firm do, the firm hire the more laborers and try to produce more clothes and supply in the market, or the firm increases the number of hours of the workers and try to produce more clothes and supply in the market. It means in the short run the firm can increase its only variable factors and they can supply more quantity in the market. Now let's understand what is long run. Long run means the period is very long. It can be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, or more than 10 years, 20 years. In the long run, it is possible to the business firm to change all factors of production. So by changing all factors of production, the firm can produce, the firm can change its level of output in the market. They can supply to as per the demand for the product in the market. Because it is possible to change all factors of production: land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, all factors the firm can change. The firm can set up their another branches somewhere, they can produce more goods and supply in the market, because it is possible in the long run, it is possible to arrange the capital from financial sources. We can purchase land, we can arrange the raw material, the labor is available in the market. So therefore, by changing all factors of production, the firm can produce more quantity and supply in the market. Now let us understand what is an equilibrium. A firm is said to be in equilibrium when the firm don't want to change its level of output, neither the firm want to expand their size or contract their size. Equilibrium position of the business firm is where the firm gets maximum profit. So there are two important conditions of equilibrium. Number one, the firm's marginal cost should equal to marginal revenue. It means the firm का जितना marginal cost है उतना तो firm को marginal revenue मिलना चाहिए. And the second important condition is the marginal cost curve should cut marginal revenue curve from below side. Marginal cost curve should cut marginal revenue from below side, not from above side. This is very important second condition. So that how the equilibrium attain in a perfect competition, so that need to understand with the help of diagram. Now in the diagram you can see there is a OX axis indicates the output and OY axis indicates the price, revenue and cost. So in the market, when the perfect competitive firm sell the one by one more and more quantity of output at a market price, that is at OP prices, so the demand curve is a perfectly elastic in nature. It is horizontal to OX axis. The demand curve is here, LAR is equal to LMR. So this is the demand curve. And the another important curve is, that is long run marginal cost curve. So long run marginal cost curve is a U-shaped, first of all decline, then after increases in increasing rate. So in this diagram there is an equilibrium at point E, because at point E the marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue, and the second condition also fulfilled, that is long run marginal cost curve cut marginal revenue curve from below side. So at point E there is an equilibrium. So when we draw the straight line from point E, the firm sell the quantity of output in the market, that is OQ quantity sale in the market and at OP prices. So this is about the equilibrium. And we need to understand whether the firm in the long run gets normal profit, excess profit, or the firm is in a loss. Yes, definitely in the long run the firm gets only normal profit, because of the one of the important feature is there is a free entry and free exit, and therefore the firm gets only normal profit. Suppose there are firms earn excess profit, and if some firms are earning excess profit, so that will attract the other firms to enter in the market, enter in that industry. So there will new firms will enter in that industry, they will start to produce the goods and services in the market. So therefore the supply of that product will increase in the market, and agar supply of that product increases in the market, the price of that product will reduce. So when the price of that product reduce, as a result of this, ultimately the firm will earn only normal profit in the long run, and excess profit automatically eliminated. And opposite to this, suppose there are firms incur the loss in the long run, then because of the loss, some firms will exit from the market, they will leave from that industry, and when they leave from the industry, the supply of that product will reduce, will decline, and when the supply of that product decline, definitely price of that product will increase in the market, and the firm will expand its output, and the loss of the firm will automatically eliminated, and ultimately all the existing firm will earn only normal profit. Now let's understand the equilibrium of the firm under perfect competition in the long run. So that we will discuss with the help of diagram. In a diagram you can see O axis indicates the output and OY axis indicates the price of the products, and this is a S3 is a supply curve which is sloped from left to right side upward, and this is another demand curve. DED is a demand curve. When the demand curve intersect to the supply curve at point E3, firms sell the quantity of output at OP3 price. It means OP3 is a market price. So at that price, the firm sell the quantity in the market. So therefore, firm's demand curve is horizontal to OX axis. The long run average revenue and long run marginal revenue curve both are same, and they are perfectly elastic demand curve, which is horizontal to OX axis. Now this is another marginal cost curve, which is U-shaped. First of all, that decline, then after it will increases in an increasing rate, and this is another long run average cost curve. So we can see from the diagram, the long run average cost curve is a below side of the long run marginal revenue curve. Now in the diagram, there is a equilibrium point at point E3. Equilibrium point E3, it means at point E3, conditions of the equilibrium fulfill. Number one condition is there, at point E3 the marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. The second is marginal cost curve intersect or cut to the marginal revenue curve from below side. Now when we draw the straight line from E3, that line touches to the OX axis and the firm sell the quantity of output in the market, that is OQ3. When we are drawing the line from E3, that line touches to the long run average cost curve at point B. Now you can understand in the diagram, there is a price is more than average cost. Now the price is Q3, E3 or OP3, and the average cost of production is a Q3B or OA is the average cost of production. So generally in this case, the price is more than average cost, so definitely firm earn the excess profit. So that we can understand with the help of the another formula. Generally profit is calculated on the basis of total revenue minus total cost. When the total revenue is more than total cost, the firm definitely earn excess profit. Now in the diagram you can see the firm sell the quantity of output in the market, that is OQ3 at OP3 prices, and therefore the area of total revenue calculated on the basis of price into quantity. The price is OP3 and the quantity sold by the business firm is OQ3. So area of total revenue of the firm is OQ3, E3, P3 is the total revenue, and the second is the total cost. Total cost is calculated with the formula like average cost into quantity sold by the business firm. Now the average cost of production here is Q3B or OA is the average cost of production, and the quantity sold by the business firm is OQ3. Now we can get the total cost with the help of price into average cost. So therefore the area of total cost is OQ3BA. So in this case the total revenue is more than total cost. Area of total revenue is OQ3 E3 P3 and the area of total cost is OQ3 BA. Now we can get the excess profit in this diagram. The excess profit area is shown by yellow color. Now there is the area A, B, E3, P3. This is the area of profit, excess profit earned by the business firm in the long run. When the firm earn excess profit, it attract the other firms to enter in that industry. So therefore other new business firm enter in that industry, they start to produce the goods and services in the market and they supply in the market. So therefore supply curve in the diagram shift from S3 S3 to S2 S2. Now again the equilibrium point will change from E3 to E2. It means now the firm is selling the quantity of output at OP2 prices. So the price of the product has been reduced, and at this less price, OP2 price, the firm sell the quantity of output in the market. So the demand curve of the business firm is going to shift from long run average revenue 3 to long run marginal revenue 3 to long run average revenue 2 is equal to long run marginal revenue 2. It means the demand curve is shifting downwards and it is perfectly elastic to the OX axis. Then after equilibrium point will also change from E3 to E2, At point E2 there is an equilibrium. Both the conditions of the equilibrium fulfilled at E2 point. At E2 point the marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue, and marginal cost cut marginal revenue from below side. So at point E2 when we draw the straight line, the firm sell the quantity in the market, that is OQ2. It means earlier the business firm were selling OQ3 quantity, but now the firm is going to sell the less quantity in the market, that is OQ2, at OP2 prices. And in this case, at equilibrium point E2, the firm's average cost is the same with the average revenue. The firm's average cost is equal to price of the product. So therefore in the long run the firm earn only normal profit. तो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट जनरली कब होता है? जब टोटल रेवेन्यू इज इक्वल टू टोटल कॉस्ट. सो इन द डायग्राम यू कैन सी द एरिया ऑफ टोटल रेवेन्यू is OQ2, E2 and P2, and total cost is also same, OQ2, E2 and P2. It means the total revenue is equal to total cost. मतलब जितना फर्म का कॉस्ट है उतना ही फर्म अपना रेवेन्यू रिकवर कर रही है. फर्म इज नॉट गेटिंग एक्सेस प्रॉफिट और नॉट द फर्म इज इन अ लॉस. द फर्म इज गेटिंग ओनली नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट इन द लॉन्ग रन. Suppose further supply of the product increases in the market, so therefore the supply curve will shift from S2 S2 to S3 S3. Now the equilibrium point will also change from E2 to E1. It means at point E2 the firm is in equilibrium and the firm will sell the quantity at OP3 prices in the market. So therefore the nature of demand curve will shift from about to down, that is LAR2 is equal to LMR2 to LAR1 is equal to LMR1. It means the demand is going to shift. The firm will sell the quantity of output at OP1 prices. Now the equilibrium point will also change from E2 to E1 because at point E1 the condition of equilibrium is fulfilled. At point E1 the long run marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue, and the second condition is fulfilled, that is long run marginal cost curve cut marginal revenue curve from below side. So from point E1 when we draw the straight line, the firm sell the quantity in the market, that is OQ1, and the price charged by the business firm, that is OP1 or QE1. But here the long run average cost is above side of long run marginal revenue curve or long run average revenue curve. So therefore the average cost of production is here Q1C and the price of the product is Q1E1. It means the price is less than average cost. So therefore the firm is incurred loss here, that is E1C. E1C is the loss incurred by the business firm. Now we know that फर्म को लॉस कब होता है? जब फर्म का टोटल रेवेन्यू इज लेस दैन टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन. सो इन दिस डायग्राम यू कैन सी द एरिया ऑफ टोटल रेवेन्यू इज OQ1, E1 and P1, and the area of total cost is OQ1CA. This is the total cost of production. It means the total cost is more than total revenue, so the firm is incurring the loss. The area of loss which we can show in the diagram, P1 E1 CA is the area of loss incurred by the business firm. Now what will happen after this? When the firm are in a loss, so some firms will exit their business, they will quit their industry, they will wind up their business and leave from the industry. So automatically supply of the product will reduce and the supply curve will shift from S1 S12 to S2 S2, and therefore equilibrium point will also change from E1 to E2, and the firm will raise the price of the product, that is OP2, because if in the market the supply अगर कम हो गया so definitely the firm will increase their price of the products. So in a perfect competition, now the firm will sell the quantity at OP2 prices. Demand curve will also shift to above side. LAR1 is equal to LMR1 to LAR2 is equal to LMR2. Now there will be a new equilibrium point. It means the equilibrium point will also change from E1 to E2, because at E2 point there is an equilibrium. The marginal cost of the business firm is equal to marginal revenue, and the second condition is also fulfilled, that is marginal cost curve cut marginal revenue from below side. So when we draw the straight line again from E2, the firm sell the quantity in the market, that is OQ2 at OP2 prices. Now we know that, and at point E2 the firm price of the product is Q2 E2, and the average cost of production is also same, that is Q2 E2. it means the price is equal to average cost. तो firm को loss भी नहीं होता है और profit भी नहीं होता है at point E2. At point E2 the firm's total revenue is equal to total cost, because the area of total revenue is OQ2 E2 P2, and the area of total cost is also same, that is OQ2 E2 and P2. It means the firm's total revenue is equal to total cost. It means ultimately all the existing firm will earn only normal profit. So in the long run, all the business firm earn only normal profit in the perfect competitions, because of the one of the important feature is there is a free entry and free exit that makes the normal profit to every business firm in the perfect competition.